Oh, okay, I can't record anyway. All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back. This is What's the Remedy Podcast. It's your boy, Dr. J.
Mr. Wash.
Ashley Ray.
And we've been gone for like a good month at least.
Welcome back.
Life happens.
Shit. All of it. Pandemic, life, all of that. COVID. It's all been going on right now. And now we're back and I guess we're going to discuss basically all the stuff that's transpired in the past month because it's been a lot. There's a lot going on. We got COVID stuff. We got school getting back in session. We got not Nicki Minaj. Damn, I forgot.
Wow.
Meg WAP video.
Wow.
Meg getting shot.
They shot the coach.
Where y'all want to start?
Let's get rid of the bootleg stuff and then go into the other stuff.
I don't know.
Let's start with the bootleg stuff and get to other stuff.
What's the bootleg?
Meg and everything, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Like
I really don't know too much about none of this shit, but let's go.
I mean, we can start with the shooting. So apparently, Meg was at a party at Kylie Jenner house or whatever. Supposedly, it looked because from the pictures and videos from Kylie Jenner pool, it looked like they were at a party at Kylie Jenner house. And I guess when they were leaving, some shit transpired. Some shots went off. Somebody said they were shooting in the air. Blah blah blah. Then Tory Lanez and them got pulled over with Meg and them in the car. When the cops pulled them over, Meg got out and she was limping and she kind of fell to the ground. And supposedly she got shot in her feet. Nobody is saying for sure who it is, but the assumption has been that it was Tory Lanez that shot her.
Yup.
Nobody knows though.
Nobody knows the real story, but the assumption is basically she was whooping his ass, threatening, because she's like 5'10" and he's like 5.
That doesn't mean anything. Just because she's tall don't mean she whooped that.
She's tall and thicker and bigger than that little boy.
That does not mean anything. I've been tall and thicker than some of these niggas.
And you be ready to whoop some little man ass while you like little men.
Nah, I just got my ass pushed and shoved by a little man before. That nigga was stronger than me. So
it happens. But the only person that has said anything like that was there is Meg, and Meg says so until we get
what did Meg say?
Meg says she didn't hit him.
Oh, see?
You said there was no altercation like that or whatever.
I don't think she don't seem like that type of person to me to hit somebody though.
What she said was somebody intentionally shot me. That's all she really said about it. She didn't say who. She didn't say what happened before, what happened after. All she said was that somebody intentionally shot her and she had to go to the hospital.
I'm going with Tory Lanez shot her because he got little man syndrome and he probably was drunk. He was like, "Oh, bitch, you think you about to have another album?"
Because if you didn't shoot her, you would have came out and been like, "Hey, all support and stuff like that. Yeah, such a situation that happened was really messed up. I can't talk about it, but blah blah." But just to go hush mouth about it.
Oh, you guilty? You did the shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I believe that he did it just because. I mean, he little. I mean, it's nothing against short people.
And she unfollowed him on Instagram real quick.
That is a thing now. That's really a thing. Like if you unfollow somebody and everybody finds out you unfollowed, that means y'all got hit.
You done? He been around her the whole time. Like this summer, he's been at her around her. Now you don't see that
at his
nigga.
House.
He shot He shot you.
It was Harlem Nights. She was Della Reese and he was Eddie Murphy.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't. No, yeah, I just don't think Meg don't.
She stuck her pinky toe out there and got a shot.
I just say,
like that nigga tried to punk her, and she was like, "No, that's not gonna happen." And he was
sure
like, "Little girl, bang, bang, bang."
Because he little, and like I said, not against short people, but little people sometimes they get it wrong.
And for her not to have no broken bones like that, he had a little gun too. He was a 22.
Yeah, because they were talking about how
you
look at your feet. Your feet are made up of all bones, pretty much. Like there's nothing really there's some cartilage and stuff holding stuff together, but it's just a bunch of little bones in your feet. So
no bones were broken.
No.
no bones broken. And she
What
got
the hell you shot her at?
She
I'm gonna tell my feet right quick. Hold on, man. I knew some bones was broke.
Shot her with that BB gun at 22.
That's what makes the story so fun. Like, not funny, but like kind of fishy and everything. Is like you got
She
shot.
could have really like got killed fucking around with that nigga. You never know.
That's what I'm saying. It's little people that got little man complex that really want to show they nuts, and so I guess he figured I ain't gonna win no fight with her, so I'm just gonna shoot. He little.
That's how you feel.
And petite, dog. Like you that little.
He's real petite, a real petite man.
Yeah, he's very petite.
Petite. Don't call no man petite. That's not nice.
Shop in the petite, the junior section.
You're gonna be beat up. I'm gonna call. Oh, you petite. Your size is petite.
So, say, Tori, you got that shirt from, and it wasn't from the grown man section.
No.
Am I wrong? I can't listen to his music, y'all. I'll be like, you shoot, bitches. Am I wrong?
I was never the biggest Tory Lanez fan to begin with. Like, I liked him back when he had mixtapes. I listened to him like,
but he on my playlist, so I gotta skip over the song. I'll be like, you shoot women, dog. Boop.
Yeah, because that's out of line. It ain't never a reason to shoot a woman. Ain't no reason to shoot anybody who's like ready to fight. But that was just a book.
So since we talking about Meg, we can talk about this new Cardi and Meg video.
Wow.
What'd you think about it?
As a woman,
I'm not a big fan of that song. I'm straight, and yeah.
You don't believe in the WAP?
I mean,
you don't like having sexual conversations anyway, so.
So I just don't like what they talking about. I just don't. Each his own. Like the videos on TikTok be making me laugh. Like they cool to see them dance, but that ain't no shit I want to see. What she said on the first verse? I don't cook, I don't clean. I was like, let me tell you how to got this ring. I'm like, didn't that nigga cheat on you? But now I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get people's outrage about it, but at the same time, like, why?
I don't get why people are outraged. I'm not outraged with the video or like the song. I'm like, that's just some women. Like, I ain't really liking that City Girls album. That's just how I feel right now. But if they probably played that in the club, I'd probably be like, there's some hoes in this house. I just got to be in the mood for this shit. I just don't be in the mood for.
It's very much an outside song.
Yeah. But why men be so mad when y'all talk about dicking down hoes all the time?
My thing is, like, it's not even just that. It's the simple fact that, like, this ain't the first time somebody done said some shit like that. Even a woman said some shit like that on a song.
Yeah.
I was listening to Trick Daddy's Nah Nigga the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same shit.
That's why I said, okay, I ain't gonna lie. I like Trina. I guess I don't know. I didn't want to hear that shit right now. Maybe. I don't know. I like Trina though. And I like Lil' Kim. You listen to them back in the days. They say the same shit. I don't know.
It's old. That's all that is. Because when you're young, that's the kind of music is cool. And like I said, Trina, if you listen to Trina verse on that song, she talking about something. Then she talking about playing with balls. She talking about putting it in.
She said no pussy wetter than mine.
Yeah, like she's saying some wild stuff in that verse, and nobody. Well, I mean, people had a problem with it, but people recite that all the time. But then Meg and Cardi come out with this song, they're like, "Oh my god!"
But I feel like black men were saying shit though.
I saw a lot of women saying shit.
Oh, they was? Oh, my bad.
I mean, it was a lot of men too. Like, I ain't gonna say men didn't. Men definitely were.
Well, we live in 2020 where everything's politically correct and everybody want to be a social justice warrior to make themselves feel better. So,
yeah, people have to have something to fight about.
Yeah, because I said we had the Trinas and the Lil' Kims and stuff, the nasty stuff, and then like I say, dudes of the Uncle Luke age and everything else and stuff. So
right, y'all got Uncle Luke 2 Live Crew. You can't.
So, on that note, we can stay on this, but on that Uncle Luke note, I read somewhere the other day that on Scarred, he's saying raw dick coming.
He say what?
On that part where they go, raw dick coming. They said that somebody said he's saying raw dick coming.
Is that a Captain Dick coming?
Yeah. And I was like, I really had to like sit and listen. I was like, is he saying raw dick coming?
Raw dick coming. Raw dick coming.
No Jimmy hat.
So like, I'm just saying, like, them songs.
I can see that.
Like them songs were very bad too. So if you listen to them songs and was cool with them, then you shouldn't have no problem with wet ass pussy or wet.
Well, they gonna be playing that at the White House anyway. With Biden win, you gonna hear raw dick coming, raw dick coming.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
really is.
gonna be all around there.
But I'm telling you, like, I just don't understand it. Like, I mean, I get it. I get people like trying to clutch their pearls and stuff because it's just so raw with the language that's in it or whatever. But it's gonna get radio play. I know it's gonna be that wet and gushy version, but either way, it's still the same thing.
Don't even say gushy on the radio version.
I mean,
what they say?
No, they just kind of double time it to like you fucking with some wet. You know.
Okay,
don't even say gushy.
I wonder why they won't let them say wet and gushy.
They say gushy on TikTok. They say gushy.
Yeah. Somebody you can download that version, but as far as radio play, they don't say gushy.
Yeah, it probably violates one of them.
To the top, that's a wet gushy. Take it. Oh. No.
Macaroni in the pot.
You sound like you know.
Wet and gushy.
How about the macaroni?
Macaroni in a pot.
Either you're hungry or you're excited. Either one.
Yeah.
I can say some stuff, but that other shit, what Meg be saying? I did like Meg quite a little bit.
Meg, and you know what? Somebody had mentioned that like the blending of their two styles in that song is what really makes it good. Because Cardi B does like the slow rap, like she does, with Meg, like a double time. And so it's like,
but I just get tired of people. I get tired of women always talking about sex, like, and then they scamming motherfuckers too. I can't lie. I wish we could change that up a little bit. But
I mean, it's like saying you don't like niggas talking about selling drugs.
I mean, can we talk about why it's gotta be women who make it in the rap game? We gotta either sell our bodies or talk about sex, or you scamming a nigga for some money. It is never like, oh my gosh, we can just talk about how great life is.
But Cardi B talked about that. She's talking about when she made that song, "Be Careful with Me," whatever. To my how everybody backlash, they didn't like it. It was like, we don't want to hear no shit like that. Be careful.
Hey, you talking about be careful? Her nigga was cheating on her.
Yes, but I'm just saying. But they was like, get back to the real shit. Talk about your pussy.
But
yes, they did talk about. That wasn't me though. That wasn't me.
I see what Ashley's saying, because like everything she's saying that all women's songs always have to relate to a nigga in one way or another.
It's always gotta relate to a nigga. We scamming or getting this nigga money, and then we gotta pay for our soul. We gotta pay for shit with pussy, basically. What?
Because you never gonna run out.
And it's
what's the song with City Girls? What they got? What's that song? They buying bodies with they shit. What's that song?
But the thing is, okay, that's why I related it to selling drugs. Like a lot of nigga songs always talk about drugs, and well, before this era, all they were talking about was selling. Like all of them Jeezy and T.I. and Lil Wayne, all them rappers from the early 2000s and stuff, all they talk about was drugs and what they bought from selling drugs or what they got from being in rap. Women are coming in and doing the same shit. They just they're using a different venue. Like, if that's how you get your money, if you a stripper before this and all you know is about getting money from niggas while you stripping and doing what you do, then what else you gonna rap about?
So, I don't know. I just feel like, oh my God.
Rap about what you know.
So all I know is basically,
if you're in that industry, like you say, you stripping and you doing this and that, whatever, that's what you know, that's what you used to. You gonna rap about it.
That's true, I guess, in a way, but I don't.
You rap what you
I don't want my niece listening to that shit. I don't want her to be like, oh, this is how you make it. I am a job, basically.
Didn't like for girls to be listening to Trina or Mia X or any of them other songs. You didn't want no 10-year-old listening to that shit either. It's just a different era. You just older now, so you can see how it affects kids. And you're like, well, I don't want kids to listen to that. Of course, that's why you're supposed to.
But I've listened. I think it affects some people because I've listened to Lil' Kim when I was younger, but I ain't never wanted to do the shit. I was just singing it. I ain't never really.
Well, it goes to like they say. I think Lil Duval posted something, and I heard Andrew Schultz kind of used it in this way. He was like, you have 2 twin boys with her, right? And their daddy's alcoholic. One twin boy takes after his daddy and drinks, whatever, becomes alcoholic. The other one never drinks at all. He was like, it's not inherited like you're gonna do this, whatever, but it's like just because you see this happen doesn't mean that you're going to do it.
Right. So it affects people in different ways, and so it's not just about the stuff coming out. It's not just about the music coming out, because this is universal. Because this is even about drugs and shit like that. Because like a lot of the songs about drugs, not only selling drugs but using drugs.
But I like them drug dealing songs. I can't lie.
What about but what about drug using songs? Because a lot of songs now are about users.
Yeah, 2000 was dealers, but now it's users.
I like that shit too.
That's what I'm saying. But
I ain't taking none of that shit.
At the end of the day, like, you're gonna have the WAP songs, you're gonna have the drug dealing songs, you're gonna have the drug using songs. But what's gonna change for your child or whatever children you deal with is how you talk to them about it. Because they gonna hear it. Just because I don't like your mama, my mama was not gonna go in there and start playing fucking Jay-Z. But I heard Jay-Z, I heard Snoop Dogg, I heard all those songs from somewhere. My mama didn't like me listening to them. So just because you don't like the kids listening to it, or you think that they shouldn't be listening to it, doesn't mean they're not going to. So then it just comes down to, are you going to talk to them about it? Are you going to be open enough to be like, okay, I know you probably heard this before, let's talk about it. Or are you going to be the parent that's like, oh no, you shouldn't be listening to that. We're not even going to talk about that. We don't do that in this house. And then they just do it anyway.
Oh, Lord.
You have to approach that kind of stuff. Like, it's stupid to just cut it off and be like, we don't need that. You got to kind of understand that it's there. It's out there in the world, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's funny because I do tell my niece, no, you can't listen to that. Like, but I don't tell her why. I feel like she's too young to understand, though.
Yeah, no. It's you have to judge when that conversation.
Well, but she knows. She's smart. She be like, oh, cussing. Cut out, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gotta know when it's time to, when it's appropriate and when it's not. What's grown folks stuff. They gonna be aware of it.
So you be jamming WAP. So y'all be jamming WAP in the car. Y'all just ain't gonna say nothing.
I do.
I'll say
the beat right. There's some
we know
hoes
you
in this
do,
house.
Alan. We know you do. We know.
I mean, it's a good song. Why would I don't understand.
Oh, really?
It is a good record.
So y'all did y'all like the video? Because they were trying to take Kylie off?
Yeah, I didn't like Kylie being in the video. But
show me Kylie 24/7. Like, do your walk, Kylie.
It was just, to me, besides the fact that it was Kylie, it was pointless for the video. Like, the video was about like all these black women. Well, actually, everybody else in the video was a rapper, except for Kylie. Like, why was Kylie in the video?
Because that's Cardi's friend.
They was using one of her houses.
Maybe
probably was.
But yeah, that was wild to me. And I know that was a big backlash thing with Kylie being in the video. They had a petition with like 100,000, 600,000 signatures on it, and all of that. But I think that like when I first heard the song, I wasn't feeling it at first. But then I saw the video and I was like, okay, I see how this could go. I like it now.
Meg looks so big in the video compared to Cardi. I'd be like, damn, Cardi looks small. Oh no.
Like in that one scene where they in the water and
Meg look bigger than everybody.
She looked like she was towering over everybody in that water.
Everybody. I was like, y'all couldn't find no taller girls to like make that look a little bit like level. They could have did better.
Nah, they wanted Meg to stand out.
Yeah, thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real
okay.
Well, I gotta say, continuing with celebrity talk, whatever, and kind of going to what we're gonna talk about later on. I guess touch on the Kanye stuff.
He's still talking shit.
No,
but he's still out there.
He just dropped some new sunglass looking headband thing. I saw that yesterday. You seen that?
I didn't see the headband thing. I saw the sock shoes he dropped.
Yeah, he dropped a couple different socks. He dropped some laundry basket shoes.
What?
Yeah,
They
the
look like a
laundry basket 5s.
They white with all these holes in them, like the laundry basket.
How much they cost?
They're like 400.
Yeah.
They about 300-400. But he dropped this. You seen like Star Trek where he got the little visor across his eyes?
Oh yeah.
He dropped this thing, but it look like
got them Jordan LaForge.
But it ain't even like that. Those at least look like you can see through them. This look like somebody put a headband, pulled it down over their eye. Like it's a yellow headband, and he just put it. This girl is wearing it across her eyes, and he dropped it. He just dropped a picture of it yesterday. And so I don't know.
West scares me. He really does, y'all. So I just
well, like I say, he hasn't said nothing crazy recently, but the whole thing was found out that nigga, you working with Trump.
Yeah, that whole campaign fiasco that he had going on. The worst part, I don't even blame Kanye for any of that because Kanye is really off. Like he really has mental disability. But my problem is the people that are supporting it. Like Chance the Rapper was going hard for Kanye. And I'm like, dog, you don't realize this nigga is crazy? Like not like crazy like you say, you crazy. No, this nigga is like he is clinically has some issues.
Yeah.
And you talking what you are enabling these clinical problems that he's having by saying, oh yeah, no, he's right, he a genius. No, he's not, dog, he's crazy. I don't even like using the word crazy about
mentally ill people.
He's really mentally ill, but he says his mental is a superpower.
Okay.
And stuff because like I said, they say like if you tell him he can't do something, he's gonna do it, whether it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's just that narcissistic and egotistical that he'll try to go ahead and do it to prove somebody wrong. So, I don't know.
He got a lot of yes people around him that I was just like, wow, this is too much. Too much.
I'm looking at this before we change up. I'm looking at this headband thing, whatever. And if you buy this, you a fucking asshole.
Somebody is gonna buy it.
You lost it.
Down.
Yeah. But nah, if you buy this headband, have you seen this headband?
Ah! I'ma get it.
Yeah, you can buy. You know what? You can get. You can buy that from the dollar store.
Is it like the headbands we used to wear in the 80s that you just, you know how the girls used to have like head pushed back that you put on your eyes?
That's what it looked like. I was just showing the headband, the visor.
I used to put mine on my eyes.
That's what's gonna be hot in the streets.
But that's the stupid thing. That's a headband that somebody had from the 80s, whatever. Just like his clothing is Walmart.
But I'm letting you know, his followers, they're gonna.
Yes. Like if you watch it was an interview with Soulja Boy like a year or two ago when he went off about Drake at the Breakfast Club. He did another interview and he was talking about Kanye. He basically went off and basically everything he said was true. He was like, Kanye doesn't speak for me, he doesn't speak for black folk, whatever. He out here selling homeless people clothes to people for $400-something. It's like that. I was like, that's real shit. Because the same outfit that Kanye had at one of his events, whatever, you can buy that same jogger from Walmart for $10.
Yeah. I knew that from the beginning when he released them clothes with holes in them.
Yeah.
But do you think we as a culture we spend so much money on stuff that we be like, I don't know, like for name brand to just to have it and to say we have it, like black people. You know, I got this. I don't know.
It's like those Balenciaga shoes are ugly.
Hell yeah.
Even the Louis Vuitton shoes, all the girls wearing with them high arch in them.
That shit hurts your feet so bad. I don't know. I don't have that many. I know a lot of people that be like, oh, I got some Louis Vuitton heels, but them hoes hurt, but I got some. I'm not buying no shoes that hurt my fucking feet. They got
Louis Vuitton tennis shoes now that a lot of
girls. Oh, they do?
And they look like regular tennis shoes, but they got like this high ass arch in the middle of them. And it's a big platform looking tennis shoe. But Louis Vuitton makes it so everybody buying it. So like these shoes be ugly. Yeezy shoes for the most part are ugly. Other than like the originals, Like the Yeezy Boost, the original ones are like the 350s are cool. All the rest of the shoes he's come out with, like the latest shoes, even the Crocs that he done came out with lately. Like people are paying $200 for them Crocs. They look like basic ass slides.
But it's so many people got those Yeezy shoes, and I'd be like, I don't like them. Dude, are they comfortable though? Like, I just don't like how
Well, the first ones, they're dad shoes. It was like, you can buy some New Balance and get the same effect.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, I don't like how they look.
You're not paying for comfort. You're not paying for style. You're paying for everybody to look at them and say,
oh, you got
the Yeezys on. Yeah. Cause that's the difference I see between like Yeezys and like, not even just Yeezys in general, but like all high-end shoes and like Jordans. Like Jordans are at least stylish looking shoes. But like these other shoes are like, they be ugly as fuck. But if the right name, if it's Gucci, Balenciaga, is Louis Vuitton, like whatever it is, if the name is on it, people gonna buy it just because they want people to look at it and say, you bought them expensive ass shoes.
I was finna say I was like kind of Jordans, I kind of like the same, whatever, but then they're not, because only thing that's different with Jordans is since they kind of recycle stuff every couple of years and put stuff back out, people, that's kind of messed up, but at the same time, people have memories when those shoes were worn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you like Jordan player or whatever, you remember when he wore those, or you remember like, man, I remember as a kid having those.
I wanted these. Yep.
Or one of these, blah, blah, blah. So you have like something, a memory of something to draw from them shoes. Kanye just got some ugly ass shoes that nobody have nothing to compare to. It's just like, damn.
They just want them because of the name.
But you know, my people gonna buy them and go, oh.
And you know, like, I don't like watching people pockets or whatever, because I mean, you know, people gonna spend money on what they want to spend money on. But at the same time, like, I think that's just a mindset that we have. We have to make it seem like we got a lot of money. We got to make it seem like we can keep up with everybody else. So when
but the real billionaires don't spend that shit. They wear
Bill Gates and what's name be looking broke as hell.
Yeah, but you think that's broke, but it's not really broke. They just wear what they.
But I'm talking about they're wearing like an outfit that costs maybe like $20, and like they just chilling.
Yes, that's how I just feel like it, man. As I get older, I stop in that shit. Like, nah.
It goes back to that whole mentality of, you know, most of the people that are wearing shit like that is because they've never had anything or they didn't have things when they were younger. So when they got the money, they're like, I have to buy everything that I can, even if I can't really afford it. If I can figure out a way to get it, I'm gonna figure out a way to get it. I'll put it on credit. I'll steal for it, whatever it takes. I'm gonna show people that I can live this life that I've always wanted to live before.
This is for other people instead of yourself. I can see if you like, man, I just like Gucci stuff, but
well, no, sometimes it's for them, but they want to feel luxurious. They want to buy luxury stuff.
Yeah, you're right. It's for them, but they want people to see that shit.
Oh, like, yeah.
Me, I'm driving this, but I don't have no money in my pockets. My saving account is negative.
Like you say with people with the like the Gucci purses and stuff like that, or the Birkin bag and stuff like that. Like I say, it's still a bag.
Like Telfar bags came out like they didn't come out recently, but they dropped some bags recently that everybody was buying. But I feel like everybody was buying just because everybody was buying it, because Telfar ain't that new. Like it's a brand that's been around. But if the right person says something about it, then everybody's gonna buy it.
Oh yeah, you can have a celebrity or the right celebrity pick out some great value type shit. Everybody gonna start gonna buy the great value.
And the stock for that great value stuff gonna go up, and they gonna start charging more.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. That's how you do.
Like Champion. Champion has been in Walmart and Target for years.
Yep.
Cheap. And then all of a sudden people started wearing it. Now they got sweatsuits with Champion across the front and stuff, and people wearing them shoulder bags with Champion on them and stuff because somebody said, "Oh, I like that." And the right person says it, and everybody got to go buy it.
Yeah, now it's hot. Now I can't get no cheap ass Champion shorts.
Right, Champion shorts is like $5.
Yeah.
At least $30 now.
Oh, I gotta get my sweatsuit before it really go up.
So I think the best way to handle that is you can keep up if that's what you want to do. Buy all the expensive stuff you can and live the life that you want to live before you die. But if you really just want to wear what you want to wear, then wear what you want to wear. Like if you like the way it looks, or you like the way something feels, or whatever, go with it. And I think that's just something you get as you get older. Like when we're younger, we really just want to keep up. But as you get older, you start to realize I like stuff that's comfortable. Like you said, dad shoes, the New Balance shoes. The reason people wear the New Balance shoes because they're comfortable. Like
memory foam, got the memory foam in them and everything. You're like, okay.
Got little gel soles, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's me. My feet be hurting.
Like, I ain't trying to be fly no more. I just want my feet to feel comfortable when I walk around.
Right. I can't wear them heels like that no more. I'm good. I got my knees hurt.
Yeah, I mean, and it's good. Like I said, it's good to dress up. It's good to do that kind of stuff whenever you feel it. But at the same time, it ain't necessary.
All right. Well, I guess keeping with the flow, keep moving and stuff like that. We went to Kanye to politics. We got a Vice President Kamala Harris right now running for Vice President, added to the Biden ticket. So how y'all feel about that?
Blessed. I'm happy.
I'm happy about her being on the ticket. I'm disappointed in us as a people.
Yup.
Because
I said, we can wait to that too, and that's gonna be our last little critical thing. But yeah,
because me, like, I'm happy because Kamala Harris is black. I mean, I know she's like Indian or whatever, but
she black, man. She black. She blacker than some of the black people I know.
She black. She a K. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
she went to HBCU. How black do you gotta be? Like some of y'all black people ain't even go to no black historian college. Like,
because I know that when Barack was in, people were saying that, well, he ain't regular black because he was from Hawaii. He ain't go to like black schools. And now you got a black woman that went to black schools, joined AKA, like she's in a black, pure, like not pure black, but a black sorority. Like she's as black as you gonna get.
And this is my thing about the black thing, whatever. They're like, saying she's not real African American, this and that. Well, this is my thing. Her dad's Jamaican. Where do you think like Jamaicans came from?
Right.
But my thing is, I don't understand people like she's not African American. How do you know what you are? We don't really. Everybody doesn't know if they're from Africa. Like we don't know our background. So stop saying like, oh, she's not this. She knows her background. You don't really know where your fucking people are from.
And so the thing is that people kind of relate black as being African American, like black from America.
Yeah.
But like slave trade, if we talking about slave trade, where the Africans went to during the slave trade, America didn't even get that many of the slaves. A lot of them went to like Brazil.
Yeah, the islands and stuff like that. Bahamas and stuff like that.
Yeah, like that's where a lot of the slaves went. So if you talking about just African people, was it the ADOS, African descendants of slaves? Those people in Jamaica are African descendants of slaves, even more so than a lot of American black people are. Like they probably have more of a direct linkage because most of the slaves went there.
Yeah, because like I said, when you go actually look at history and stuff, when they say they was bringing slaves over here, because a lot of slaves and stuff on the boats were getting sick, they had to offload them off.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't take them straight to America.
I don't understand. Why is it a big deal what color she is? Like, what's the big deal? Why are we not just happy? Is it because she's a woman? Because I feel like black men don't like her. And, well, black women don't either. I've seen a lot of like posts like, damn, y'all really don't like her because her color? Or
I'm be really ratchet with it right here. It's because they're like, yeah, she a nigga. She ain't my nigga, though.
Right. She's not the type of black person that they want her to be. I mean, we can get into the politics of it in a second, but just
what type of black person do you want her to be?
But listen, so one of the things about black people right now is they want representation. So they want representation of, I guess, the blackest of black people. You know what I'm saying? They want, because even I was reading something today about what's that show? Black Love.
Yeah,
it comes on one of them channels. But like they had a trailer for the new season coming out or whatever. So it shows celebrities, their wives and husbands, all that kind of stuff. And so they were talking about, because they had like Bill Bellamy on there with his wife and a couple of other celebrities. And they were saying that, all the wives were light skinned. And they were like, see, Black Love is colorist because they only support light skinned black women. And so I've seen some of the arguments the same for Kamala Harris. She just, if you want to, for the ones that call her black, they'd be like, yeah, she black, but she light skinned. That's an acceptable black. You know what I'm saying? She ain't a dark skinned black person because they don't love dark skinned black people like they like light skinned black people. So that's an argument that people have had too. And I think colorism is an issue, but I don't know that that's the time to bring up that argument. Like, I don't know.
No, it's not the time to bring up that argument, like you're saying, like, because you're not focused on the agenda at hand and stuff. You're basically looking at somebody, they don't fit your preference visually or ethically in your mind, whatever. So you're like, nah, I don't really, I guess I rock with them and stuff like that. And it's like, it's bigger stuff than what a person might look like or the color of their skin and stuff. And you can't get past that. Like you're saying, like, it's even with her being the vice president, like I say, she's elected, like, you have black representation, you have Indian representation, Asian representation. You know what I'm saying? All in one person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Basically, what they saying when they elected her, like, put on a ticket, was like, when you look at the Biden-Harris ticket, basically that looks like America. So, like I say, basically that ticket looks like America. That ticket looks like how when I go outside, that's how people should look. Whatever. That's how America should look to me. With a lot of different color, a lot of ethnic backgrounds and stuff. Not just white America.
Yeah. I agree. But just getting into the politics side of it, so like her politics is what has been a big argument too. Her past as a DA in California and that kind of stuff. How do y'all feel about her record?
You want to go, Ashley?
I don't know too much about it for what I heard over like Breakfast Club and everything, but I don't know too much about her record.
From what I know about her record and stuff, basically, like I say, she has her ups and her downs with her record, just like anybody else in that kind of field. The issue with the politics of it is the fact that us as black folk always want to hook up. Like, you black, whatever, you should ride with me and stuff like that. Like, you can't be doing all people. They want to say like, oh, she put like a lot of black men in jail behind different stuff, but it's not. But
I heard like it wasn't just her. Like, it's like she was already attorney general when that stuff happened. And
no,
then when
she put some black men in jail, but like she didn't write the law. She didn't write the law. That's
right. That's my thing. What did you do to get there? Why do we not look at ourselves like you should not broke the law?
Well, it's not just that. No, the law itself was like bad. The law was not good. It was overall it was like that whole systemic racism thing. But at the same time, if you are hired, you are the district attorney. All you're supposed to do is follow the law and convict people as they come through, right? So yeah. What happened was the law was that you couldn't be like a repeat offender of, that was back when California had 3 strikes.
3 strike rules, yeah.
Yeah, so she had people coming in on their 3rd strike, and it's like your 3rd strike is a drug offense. Even if it's just a drug offense, it's your 3rd strike, and you're a 2-time felon. So your 3rd strike, you go to jail for life. And so, of course, if she's the DA and she convicts a person of this drug offense, which they did, the people aren't saying the people were innocent. They were guilty. They just didn't like the fact that she put them in jail for life. But that's the law.
Which was a bad law, as you said. But we also have a president that's why I'll be like, y'all come so hard for her. But the president we have right now has had every damn scandal you can name, and they still are going to, I still think he's going to win 2020. I do think he's going to win because we fight so hard against our own. And you're not probably going to vote. Everybody that's saying they don't like her, don't like Biden, you're not going to vote. You just going to sit there and let Trump win.
Well, and my biggest issue, like what we was talking about, is the fact that you basically trying to down talk or crucify somebody for doing their job. That, like I said, the laws are on the books, whatever. And it's my thing. It's like, as you continue to progress, if you have an issue with those laws, what are you doing to change? Which at this point, her being a senator and stuff like that, she has backed a lot of bills and stuff for prison reform. Mm-hmm. for a lot of laws to be repealed, like especially on marijuana users and stuff like that. So if she got higher up, she's using her power to right some wrongs that was already on thing that she couldn't change in her position.
That's what I was saying, is that like, if you look at what she's done after that, like besides those convictions, there was an article I read from one of the public defenders that went against her when she was DA. And that public defender was like, y'all are kind of painting her in a bad light. She's like, I went against her and I can tell you she wasn't that bad. Like she's like that. When I was a public defender, she had many dudes that came in with felony drug crimes that she bumped down to misdemeanors just so they wouldn't get in trouble. Like she said she did that for some of her clients, like for some of the public defenders' clients. Like she would bump their charges down to misdemeanors so that they wouldn't have enough felony on their record because of the 3 strikes law. Because she knew if she convicted them as a felon, it counts as a strike. If you count it as a misdemeanor, then it don't count against her. So she was doing that stuff as a DA, but there were a few that she actually did send to prison. And then, like Wash said, she came out with a prison reform. She signed on to some prison reform. She has a drug. She decriminalized. She was part of decriminalizing weed and marijuana. You know what I'm saying? She's been a part of the MORE Act, which is I forgot what MORE stands for, but the MORE Act, her and Cory Booker signed on. Like they proposed that to the Senate. So like a lot of the stuff she's done has been to right the wrongs that happened while she was there, but people are overlooking that so they can be like, oh, but no, she sent some niggas to jail, so that's it.
Well, because America doesn't allow you to grow and to adapt and to evolve into something else. Like how they crucified Joe Biden for the crime bill and stuff like that. And when he was vice president and stuff, he backed a whole bunch of initiatives to help people out, whatever. Like even when we talking like with the LGBTQ community, whatever, Obama wasn't down for that shit.
Right.
Joe Biden came out and basically convinced him to be like, hey, nah, we gotta do this.
And the thing is, when you're presented new information, then your mind is gonna change. If you because like let's just say for example, what Wash said, the LGBTQ stuff, if you go back 20, 30 years ago, like early 90s or going into the 80s, and you ask people, some of the same people that are backing a lot of LGBTQ stuff now, if you'd have asked them in the 80s what they felt about it, they'd have felt a lot different because of what was around at that time, what information was out at that time. So you have to applaud people that are like advocates in the LGBTQ community because they brought a lot of stuff to the forefront to convince people and kind of change people's minds. So now you have a lot more support. Same thing happened with marijuana. Marijuana was a hell of a thing. In fact, I was just watching Moesha. Moesha, like they made marijuana seem like it was the worst shit in the world. Like they had a whole special, like 2 episodes on it.
You got that reefer?
Yeah, they were like they shut down and stopped the episode at the beginning of it. Hey guys, this episode is gonna be very, very deep. And then like they had a whole episode with somber music playing through the whole episode and shit because of some weed. So like think about that. That was in like 97, 98. They made weed sound like it was the worst drug in the world. So if she was a DA in 94, which is what they talking about, at that time people thought weed was that bad. So you fast forward to now and she started to help legalize and everything else, her mind has to be able to change. But like Wash said, people have to give you the space to make that change when new information is presented. But everybody wants to act like they're perfect on the internet. And that's just...
Yeah, like I said, when we go back to like the 94 crime bill and the crack laws and stuff like that, we don't want to really go in on why the hell crack was flooded into the neighborhoods and stuff like that. We want to go at the person that wrote the bill to basically help stop it. That a lot of black people signed on to, because a lot of their neighborhoods and shit like that, people getting their shit broke into and crime, people were dying and stuff. So something had to be done.
That's what I'm saying. And so that's what people overlook too, is that a lot of people that were in the hood at that time were like, when you talk about like the crack deals and stuff like that, they were like, dog, get this crack out of my neighborhood. They weren't worried about where it came from. They weren't worried about who signed the bill or nothing like that. They were like, dog, do whatever y'all got to do to stop these niggas from having all this crack in the neighborhood because it's ruining the neighborhood. It's the violence, like you said, the robberies, the stuff like that. Like crack was a hell of a drug. Yeah. And so it got to a point where people were really upset about it. And so, yes, they probably approached it the wrong way at that time. And in hindsight, they could have approached it better. And so now you have a person that's putting themselves in position to right those wrongs. Hold that motherfucker accountable. I think Angela Davis said it best, and this is before Kamala Harris was even on the ticket. Angela Davis said, why would you not vote in Joe Biden? They're like, you want to keep Trump in office, and he doesn't take accountability for shit. You could raise hell and say, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, and Trump gonna laugh in your face and make a tweet about it telling you how stupid you are.
Yeah.
But you got Biden is wrong on a lot of stuff. Kamala Harris is wrong on a lot of stuff. But when you bring it up to them, they don't want to look bad. Trump don't give a fuck about looking bad. Like, he don't give a fuck if you don't like him. Biden and Harris.
Or maybe they don't know. They'll have the conversation and change their mind to, like y'all said, like, this happened in 94. She did that, but it's 2020 now. People grow. You got to have the conversation. This happened. We got to change this. Trump don't give a fuck. He a dictator. Yeah. He was like, whatever. He just going to tweet about your ass and be like, you stupid.
Yeah, he going to call you stupid. That's it.
Yeah,
at least, that's what Angela Davis said. Angela Davis said, at least put somebody in office that we can hold.
Adult. Can we please have an adult
in office? That's it.
Yeah. He just come to my inauguration. That's it. Oh my God.
and that man. Like I say, it's like I say, hopefully, and then like I say, that shows about the Republicans with this, whatever, is the fact that, like, people thought they was going to attack Kamala Harris on her legislation stuff in her past, whatever, with her as being a prosecutor and stuff like that. But they basically just jumped to race. They was like asking the question, like, was she even legal to be vice president? She's born in Oakland, California.
Say what?
No, I'm talking about, like, people, like, the Republicans was like, maybe they're gonna talk about her being a prosecutor and her bad bills and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Go in on that. They basically went on her talking about, is she black, to the point where, like, is she even American?
So they used it and not. That's what I don't understand.
Like,
where all
the same thing with the birth.
They didn't talk about the background of her. That's all I hear is like, she's not black. She's this. So what does it matter?
Well, I'm talking about, like I said, the Republicans. Like, you have like Democratic people, like people like, hey, you know what I'm saying, she's not black enough. You have the Republicans like, yeah, she's not black and she's probably not even American. You know, people like from India and Jamaica and stuff like that. And they're like, she was born in Oakland.
Right. My thing is, and I think one of the problems, this is probably one of the last things I'll talk about, but like the issue I had with people that are making arguments against Kamala Harris is that, like, when you prove them wrong on one thing, they like try to find something else. And these black people.
Yep.
And black men. Trying to
black men. Yes.
Black women and black men.
Black men.
So, because like there was a girl that was talking about how Kamala Harris had done all, like we talked about earlier, she sent a bunch of men to prison, black men to prison for marijuana stuff. Somebody brought up like the MORE Act and all the things she's doing to kind of reform the whole marijuana situation. So I think like after that, she started talking about her, what was it? Oh, when she was Attorney General, they asked her to go back and look at some police killings. They're like, oh, okay, well, y'all aren't convinced on the marijuana thing. Okay, you do have a point on marijuana. She is trying to reform that. But when she was Attorney General, there was a police killing that she didn't make the DAs go investigate while she was Attorney General in California. And I'm like, okay, so like y'all are just trying to find things now. Like y'all are
but then this is my thing. This is like y'all trying to find stuff because, okay, she's Attorney General, right? Mm-hmm. There's a chain of command that you must go through before it even gets to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like for her to take, like, just like in the George Floyd thing, the Attorney General stepped in. Attorney General stepped in because the police chiefs and stuff like that had came to be like, hey, we can't handle this because like we have some issues, integrity issues with this. The DA stepped down because of the same thing. It was like, hey, you know, I can't really prosecute this because I have conflicting issues with this, whatever, being with this department. So the Attorney General had to step in. It went through the chain of command. You just can't be like, oh, yeah, the police shooting, oh, she's Attorney General, why she didn't do nothing? Why she didn't step in? It wasn't her job to step in.
And that's what she told them, and that's what people got mad at, because they were like, they asked her to step in, and she said that's not her job. It wasn't her job. Like, it's literally not her job.
I'm gonna say, you have black folk that was get mad about something like that, But boss at work,
like
I asked them to do some shit. They be like, I ain't finna do that shit. That ain't my job.
But I don't like the answer. I can't lie. I don't like that answer she gave.
It's not the best answer, but it's
not the best. But it's the truth. But it's still not. You don't say.
I think that to me, this is like it's like working with a means to an end. Like you got to do your job to get to a certain position. Like you know if something is wrong, or maybe you don't know that it's wrong. But as you move up, if you find out it's wrong, you are now in a position
to make some change. Yeah.
To make a change.
Well, it boils down to the fact that now in the age we live in, I can give that answer and say it's not my job, but I have to clarify in the statement when I say that. I gotta be like, instead of just being like, it ain't my job and keep it pushing, I have to be like, it's not my job until every process has been completed and it gets up to.
And this is what you need to do. Maybe she could have just said, like, y'all got to start off right here. It's not my job to take care of that.
Yeah, it's not my job to overstep people that in their positions.
Right.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Because I don't like that answer. I don't feel like it's very helpful, to be honest. No.
I just feel like, and this is the last thing I'll say. I feel like if you are not going to vote or you feel like you're against the candidates or whatever, that is your prerogative. Like, you have every right to feel like this is an election that you don't want to participate in.
But don't write that shit on my page.
Right. Don't go around trying to convince other people that they shouldn't vote for somebody. Like, let people vote for who they're going to vote for. I'd rather leave it up to that chance than you go around telling people, I ain't voting, let me tell you why. You shouldn't vote either. Why? What is that going to accomplish? I hate the idea that we have of we're going to shut down the whole system and then we're going to rebuild from there. How? Y'all don't know how to shut down a system. You don't know how to build a system. What you can do is figure out a way to work within the system that we're in and try to take over some shit, and that is a critical step. Barack Obama, whether you liked his presidency or not, was a critical step. Kamala Harris, whether you like her past or not, she's doing work now, and that's another critical step to change the system. Like, it's just
she's opening another door to say that, hey, people that look like us can be in those positions. Little, like I say, forget us, people our age, forget them. Let's be real. You doing the Kamala Harris's, the Barack Obamas are for kids that's in elementary school and stuff like that actually can look up and see, hey, I can have that position if I want it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because nothing stopped me because somebody else has been in that position that look just like me.
Right.
That's
encourage them little black girls to look at Kamala Harris and be like, damn, I could be a senator, I could be a president, I could be, like it pushes people in position where you can actually promote growth within our younger community. Yeah. But we want to tear everybody down before we can even get there.
Yeah, like I said, to be able to tell a little black girl to be like, oh, you know what? You know what I'm saying? You see the president right there? One day, if you do real good in school, you can be a secretary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you can tell, like, you can show them, instead of just sounding like a fairy tale or a fantasy, I can tell a little black girl, whatever, or a daughter, whatever, like, hey, you can be vice president if you put your mind to it because, hey, Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying, vice president. Barack Obama was president.
Right. Black people have been in the top place, in the very top office of this country. Nothing should hold you back.
And that's like my last thing in there too. With that being said, to also say at the end of the day, it's like you can be that little black girl, you can hold that office, whatever, or that little black boy, you hold that office. And guess what? You don't have to go to Harvard.
Nope.
You have to go to Ivy League school. You know what I'm saying? You can go to any historic black college or any regular college, whatever, and get the same education as somebody else and hold the same kind of prestige.
And every HBCU student or alumni should be pushing this. Like HBCU as a president, like that's everything we want.
I was just shocked she went to HBCU. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, because we front and we act like, oh, you know what I'm saying, our HBCUs, whatever, like the Ivy League for black folks, right? You actually have somebody that's a candidate for one of the highest offices ever held by anybody in this country. It's like that. This is the time where you act like that. This is the time where you act like, hey, you know what I'm saying? She went to Howard, whatever. That's the same equivalent as me going to Prairie View or me going to Southern or whatever the case may be. And right. you hold yourself to that standard, then you also start holding these schools to that standard as well.
Yeah.
My thing we can close out We should have a big push. Every HBCU should have everybody voting. At least 18 years older than in college, pretty much. Every HBCU should have like straight voter drives. Like every student, there should not be a single student at a HBCU that does not vote. I mean, we would prefer them to vote the Biden-Harris ticket, and we think that that's probably would be best for HBCUs. But now is the time that all HBCUs should have a push. Like that drive we had in 2008 or 2004 at TV, like it's gonna have to be that type of a drive. Are we gonna walk to the polls together so the entire school votes?
Because there's more on the ticket than the top of the ticket. Basically, that's your community that you really need to vote for. So this is the time to educate yourself to be like, hey, what's going on in my city? I don't like how this is happening. I don't like how the laws are doing this. Whatever. I don't like the judges. Blah blah. Guess what? A lot of them people are on the ballot.
They are on the ballot, my nigga.
So,
that's all I got, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we can end on that. Ashley, you got something else?
No.
I guess because you gotta go to your meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got some school work to go through. Good luck to everybody going back to school, you know.
Yes, praying for the kids and the staff and parents, man. I'm kind of nervous about kids going back to school, actually, and staff. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
But like I say, blessings to everybody that's going back and dealing with this. Hopefully in the 80-something days we have a change and we can look forward to some future good stuff on the way. Because 2021 is going to be, if stuff changes, 2021 is going to be a party year.
It is.
Everybody celebration. So,
yeah.
With that being said, we hope you laughed a little, learned a lot. We hope it helped you find a remedy to whatever's troubling you. This was the Remedy Podcast.
All right, y'all.
All right.
All right.